What's up, world? Welcome to a new episode of the BrandonJaneauShow. As you already know, I am Brandon Janeau. Shout out to my family at Urban Boulevard, BLVD.US. That is the website. If you go there and you buy something, because school is right around the corner, if you buy something, use the code Brandon, got 30 for 30% off. That's Brandon, got 30 for 30% off. Hope you guys enjoy that. And shout out to Urban Boulevard again, man. So let's really get into it. Let's get into it. So Sunday, I did my point of view and random shit of July. And in my what the fuck were they thinking for July, I put music, summer music particularly, in my what the fuck were they thinking? Which is why I'm talking about it tonight. Um this by the way is the first episode of the Brandon Janeau Show. Life and Times with Music. So hope you guys enjoy this episode. This is a new series coming really fully in season 6, so we'll be officially a part of it. Of course, I still do my top tens and debates with music, but this is a particular show I'm doing just for myself for that. But yeah, but here we go. So I put some of the music in with my what the fuck were they thinking of you for July, the end of July, because I feel like the summer music would tell you what was coming in the fall. You know what I'm saying? Summer would have a lot of big releases. You know what I'm saying? A lot of artists would drop that you'd be like, yo, I'm waiting for this album. Let's go. Let's get it. And this summer's been a dud. Like, yeah, I'm sorry. It's been a fucking dud. Like maybe August, maybe somewhere in August we get something, but this summer's been fucking terrible, man. It's been really bad. This whole summer, man. I take you back to May, which is kind of like the start of summer, kind of. And that was Kendrick. Kendrick Lamar dropped his, what's it, fifth studio album of his career. I think it's fourth. Do you count the untitled album? Do we count the untitled album? Because if that's the case, then it's his fifth. But I don't count the untitled album. So this is his fourth studio album, and you know, uh, Mr. Morals and a Big Stepper. Uh, I like the first half. The second half, I didn't count me out. I'm not a massive, but I'm not a massive Kendrick Lamar fan like that. I think he's one of the most creative artists in the game, and I think he's a hell of a rapper. But I'm not a super like, oh my god, Kendrick's the greatest thing since sliced fucking bread rapper. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not that kind of guy. I personally think J. Cole is a better rapper than Kendrick Lamar, and I think Drake is a better artist than Kendrick Lamar. I think Kendrick Lamar is just in the middle. Well, I can't even say he's in the middle. He's like third behind those two guys. To me, rapping like of this era, he's third. I never was a really huge Kendrick fan like that. Um, all of his albums are dope though. I give him his credit. Like nigga's a fucking incredible artist. Incredible. I just didn't like this album because I thought that like the first half. Like I said, I like the first half. The first half of that album, again, where I kind of get pissed off a lot of these artists nowadays is like y'all want to give us 2 albums. Nigga, just give me 10 tracks and good. I'm good, nigga. I don't need. Give me two extra, 10, 12, in and out, baby. Like that's why I fuck with, like Silk Sonic's project last year because it was 10 fucking songs. They actually added a song. It was 9 fucking songs. It was like in and out. We good. And I think I fucked up because I said I wish it was longer, but I see why the fuck they didn't do that because it's like, dude, it's 10 songs, like it or not. I don't give a fuck. This is music, and I feel like a lot of motherfuckers are doing that now. They want to give you 10. They're gonna give you 2 albums in one. And just give me the album. Just give me one album. 14 songs is the bare minimum. I will take 14. That's good. In and out, nigga. Let's go. We good. In and out, nigga. I don't like this extra music. Keep that shit to yourself because if you putting extra shit on here, it's a reason. You're trying to run the records up. But I like the first half of the album. I just didn't like the second half. I'm like, shit's alright. Hey, and I think that's also what kills a lot of these albums because it's like you're putting too much music. You're saturating the market, but you're also saturating your sound because like nigga, I don't want to hear too much of this shit. I want to hear like the songs I want to hear, the good shit, and then it's just like, all right, I'll let them two other songs slide. I don't give a fuck. And it didn't hit like I thought it would hit. The first half, yeah, first half, incredible. Second half, keep it, and that's why I feel like the album's kind of like okay. It was okay. I was like, okay, I guess, yeah, cool, whatever. Yeah. But people are so fact like people be like, oh my god, Kendrick dropped another classic. It's like, nigga, did you hear that shit? The beginning, yeah, the first half, yeah, that shit was amazing. Keep it, God, keep it. Keep it. Another artist that dropped during the summer was Chris Brown, Breezy. He, oh my God, he's another one that nigga just give me 14 songs. We good, nigga. Why the fuck you got? He's another one that did like kind of like if you go listen to the album, his first half of the album is all features. His second half is just him. And I'm like, nigga, why the fuck you just can't give us a couple of features and just give us the songs that we can fuck with? Like, I don't see the point of it. Like the intro is amazing with him and Dirk and old dude. I can't find that nigga name for shit. Old dude Gray. That intro's fire. Like that bitch is fire. But like, I what's up with all these niggas putting Fabio on songs? Like, I don't know what's up with this shit. I don't know where the fuck Fabio even came from. Like, this nigga's like a real like thing now. Like, what the fuck? His album didn't even do all that well, but you niggas continue to put this nigga on songs. I'm like, who the fuck is this? Neither here nor there. But neither here nor there. But like his albums get so fucking. You got so much music on his shit. It kind of just drowns out the fucking music. It drowns out the album because it's just like, nigga, it's the same song. You just kind of like flipping it. That's it. It's the same shit. And I saw people him saying, it's fucked up. People don't want to, they're trashing my album or my album didn't do good on charts because nigga, it's the same. Because you put 24 fucking songs on an album. Stop that shit. You want your album to sound good. You want your album to be respected. Nigga, stop dropping 21 songs on an album. Like, nigga, get back to the basic shit. And that's the problem with niggas. You want to drown the late. Like, bro, if you want to take a break for 2 years, nigga, take the break. But you doing 21 songs, nigga. I don't need that shit. Keep it. Keep it. Give me 14. We good. In and out. We good. In and out. I give you 16. 16 songs, nigga. I'm good. But keep the rest of that shit. 33, nigga, you tripping. You smoking. And then you do a deluxe project literally a week later. It's like, nigga, why the fuck you just didn't drop all them songs when you dropped the album? We don't need all the extra music. Like, we good. I dropped an EP. What happened to dropping mixtapes and EPs? If you got extra music, why the fuck you just don't drop an EP or mixtape? Like, let it. That is what used to make niggas be albums matter more. Like, holy shit, nigga, did you just hear that mixtape, nigga? When Wayne dropped like dedications, like the first Sorry for the Wait, you were like, yo, this nigga shit gonna be fire when it drop. That's what happens. Like, what the fuck happened to that? Niggas wanna drop deluxe projects and shit. Like, nigga, I don't need this shit. I barely like the first project. Nigga, why the fuck you give me 9 extra songs? And then you hit a 9 extra songs, be like, man, this fucking 9 extra songs better than the whole fucking album. Like, why the fuck you just drop these 9 songs and keep the rest of this bullshit? It's like, listen, listen, man. Yeah, Breezy was cool, and like I said, it's too many songs, man. I can't get into it. I don't like albums with too many fucking songs. It's just too many, nigga. Like, drop it. Like, stop that shit. Just give me a good 10, 12, 14. Shit, nigga, I take 16. I even take 18. I take an 18. I don't give a shit. That's back in the day. I kind of understand that, but like, all this extra music, nigga. Fuck, y'all niggas be dropping. Y'all niggas be killing me with this shit. Stop that shit. Stop it. Um, who else dropped doing this summer? That I'm like, uh, oh, Post Malone dropped. Post Malone got one song that I fuck with off that whole album, and that is literally "I Like You." That's it. Like I like you. I do. That shit go hard. I like that song. That shit is fire. I gotta get that nigga his just do. That motherfucker fire. That bitch is a that's a fire fucking song, man. That's a fire song, man. And people can hate it and say, oh, that's some pop shit. I like that pop shit. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of fucking catchy. It's catchy as shit, man. It's catchy as shit. His whole album, like I said though, is like, eh. I think the problem with Post Malone is the fact that one, he took a break when his career was the hottest it was. He took a break and then he let his spot get taken. What I mean by that is there was a new white boy in town that was rapping and getting the love from the rappers, and that's Jack Harlow. And once you let your spot go in certain sections of this industry, motherfuckers capitalize. And Jack Harlow's capitalized on your spot being up for grabs. And he took it and he ran with that bitch. And I think the thing about Post is Post got too big for his bridges, and he started thinking that anything he did was gonna be famous, it was gonna pop. And this album was okay. It wasn't good. It wasn't okay. It was okay. Like the last album, Hollywood Bleeds. That shit was actually decent. That was a good fucking album, man. Like when you actually think of like the songs on that bitch, like Enemies with him and the baby at that time was one of the hottest rappers in the game. So for him to get the baby on there was fire. Die for Me with him and Future and Halsey, shit was fire. Like of course, Circles, which was a big pop single for him. Wow, which was, a dance sensation for him. And then you had, of course, like For the Road with him, Lil Baby and Meek. That bitch is fire. Him and Travis Scott with Ozzy Osbourne. Like you don't even think of those names teaming up and doing a song. That shit was pretty dope. You had him and Young Thug. I'm not good at goodbyes with that shit, and it was just it was a very well orchestrated project. This sound like you just need to throw some shit out there and see what happens. And when you do shit like that, that's what you get. You get a reaction like, alright, it's cool, I guess. He didn't have a lot of features, which is a good thing, but at the same time, for somebody like a Post Malone that been gone and coming back, you kind of need the clock of the features in a sense. You went out and got Roddy Rich, and at that time, Roddy Rich was gone too, and y'all both try to come back with each other, and it's kind of like Roddy Rich album didn't do shit. So, and that's another motherfucker that dropped and didn't do shit. Like his second project was like, what the fuck is this? Like when you feel you're feeling yourself, and that's not good. Stop that shit. But Post Malone, yeah, I like you. That was it. Like I like you. Him and Doja, that shit was fire. Him and a Weekend song, even when I first heard it, I thought that shit was fire. Now I kind of listened to it a couple times later, lately. Eh, maybe because it's a commercial and shit. I don't like it already because like it's being used too much, and that's another thing. Like once your song kind of makes commercials before it really becomes like a real hit, it kind of is like okay, you killed the situation before it even got started. Um, but yeah, Post album was, I guess. Um, who else? CMG. Yo Gotti and his label CMG. That project was actually fucking good. If I had to pick an album for the summer, for me personally, that was pretty good. That was a pretty good body of work. It was super long, but that's a label, so I can understand it being 20 something songs because you got too many niggas. You're not gonna keep all your people off the tracks. Like you gotta get them songs. You gotta let them have their solo prod songs, and then you gotta also have the label songs. So I can understand a collab, like a compilation project like that. I can understand 26 songs or some shit like that because that's an understandable reason for why. But if you just a solo fucking artist, you got 30 songs on the album, that shit's just ridiculous. Like, nigga, chop that shit the fuck down. Yo Gotti, I grew up listening to Yo Gotti. My brother used to play me Yo Gotti and used to tell me this nigga here, yeah. Shout out to Rick. But he used to tell me like Yo Gotti, that nigga. And even when Yo Gotti was like affiliated with Cash Money, like it was always like, damn, he got something. I give him that. And then it goes, and then fast forward the tape. He's the last artist with kind of label. Like Rick Ross had MMG for a minute, and then now that shit's not MMG no more. Meek is gone, I think. Wale's gone. Like that's not even MMG no more. Jeezy had CTE in like the early 2000s, and then that shit faded. Ti had Grand Hustle. Then he tried to do the Hustle Gang shit, and that hustled his ass out the door in 2 weeks. Like that shit didn't last. Ludacris had Disturbing the Peace, but he was just more so in making movies than he was pushing them niggas' careers. So that shit didn't last. Gucci had Brick Squad. He got I think 1017 now, but he had Brick Squad at the time, and that shit really didn't. He had Waka and OJ the Juice Man, and once OJ the Juice Man kind of dipped and Waka kind of dipped, eh, and he recreated a whole new label, which is good, but other than maybe Young Money, and even Young Money isn't what Young Money used to be. But Wayne, like Yo Gotti, literally is the last standing person that has a label still relevant and killing it. From Moneybag Yo to 42 Dub to all those guys. I think that's an amazing label to have that much talent and Gotti being such a chameleon in the industry because he's been around so many people and to now be the head of a label, I don't think he's gonna fuck that up. I don't think he's gonna fuck that up. I don't think he's gonna fuck that up. The only way they fuck it up is if the artists fuck it up. And I think them niggas are pretty headstrong, and I don't think they gonna fuck it up. So CMG's project was pretty dope. I fuck with that heavy. So go listen to that. What else dropped? Oh, Beyonce. Beyonce just dropped her album, and a lot of people are going absolutely nuts. I listened to some of it today. I'm not even gonna lie, just to get a feel of it. Um, Pretty fucking good. I'm not gonna listen to Beyonce person. That's just not me. If a song's come out, I'm like, all right, that shit's kind of fire. It comes on the radio, I see it on a video show or some shit. I watch it. It's not like I'm going to really search for fucking Beyonce. I had to do it for research for this show. It was pretty decent. I think for somebody that is doing kind of like a dance theme album, for what it was, it's pretty decent. The beats are up to date and it sounds incredible. And she's carrying some of these songs, which is a good thing for an artist like her that you know that gets criticized for that shit sometimes. That sometimes she don't carry like she needs a feature to kind of carry that shit. And Beyonce is just like a Kendrick or like she kind of takes her time with the projects, but more importantly the way she presents them. And this is the first album I think in like 8 years that she actually gave us that wasn't already with a visual or just got a sneak, like just dropped out of nowhere. And everybody's like, what the fuck? Did Beyonce just drop? Like, this was the first time a lot of people prepared for her album to drop. And that's kind of interesting. 8 years, that's pretty fucking, that's a long stretch when you think about like the last time she dropped. Man, that's not even 8 years. No, Beyonce, the album Beyonce came out 8 years ago. And that's kind of was the first time where she just dropped it. No, no word, no nothing, just dropped the fucking album. And that's what I'm saying. Like the last couple albums she's dropped has either been no press release until the album came out, or the visuals. She'll do like a documentary, but it'd be visuals for a fucking album. You're like, wait a minute, it's a fucking visuals. Like this ain't even a document. This is a fucking visual. And you're like, what the fuck is this? And that's the thing. Like she has figured out a way to do that. And for her to have 8 year stretch where she technically didn't have to say shit or do shit, she just dropped something and just like they go get it. It's just, that's pretty bold to be like, they go get it. That's pretty bold. Like, excuse me, but this was the first album she properly planned. Like she properly like laid out the planning, and it's like, all right, well, this comes out this, so you be ready when it comes out on this. And by the way, not a motherfucker was in a right mind to drop doing her. Like I ain't see not a nigga, I ain't see not a soul say I'm dropping with Beyonce. Nigga, don't do that to yourself. Just don't do that shit to yourself. She one of them. She's like Adele, Beyonce. I still would say Drake, even though Drake's last album was what I think he thought Beyonce was going. Like it's just shit was bad. Which is another album that dropped this summer. I honestly never mind. And proper title, because that shit is exactly what the project sounded like. Like that shit sounded just like the project. That title fit that project perfectly. I ain't never heard an album with a title that fit it perfectly. That shit fit that shit perfectly. And then you hear Jimmy Cooks at the end, you're like, ah, okay, I see where you're going with this. But yeah, Beyonce is one of them. I think that she's very calculated in the way she's gonna do shit. So for her to give you a whole like she done said this shit was like a month or two ago, and then the album comes out and now it's gonna do numbers, and it's not even a question. She's gonna do numbers because it's Beyonce. We haven't heard her a solo album from Beyonce in 6 years. Yeah, Lemonade was like what 6 years ago. So excuse me, when she wasn't working with Jay or doing something for the Lion King, yeah, her own solo project 6 years. That's crazy. That's crazy. So yeah, yeah. All in all, man, the summer's music this summer has been bad to say the least. I don't really have an album. I don't even have a song for the summer. I don't have shit, and that's how bad it is because the summer hasn't really produced anything. There's no new artist that I'm like super terms. Like terms killed it this year, but terms killed it last year. So it's like I don't really. There's not really any artists that you're like really checking for, which is a bad feeling when you have a summer that's back outside. You know what I'm saying? That's fully back outside. Nobody stepped to the forefront. Nobody stepped up. Nobody came and took it, which is a bad thing, man. Um. Oh yeah, Jack Harlow dropped. I didn't really like it. Jack Harlow got the Churchill's Down song, and then him and Wayne. That's it. Like, it, I just, I feel like Jack Harlow is like the white the baby. Like he's gonna be here for a little bit, for like another maybe next summer, and then he's gonna fade. He's gonna fade. He's gonna fade away. I already see it. I see it on the wall. He's gonna fade into. He's gonna fade next summer. After the next summer, he go does white man can't jump shit, and if that doesn't become a blockbuster, he's pretty much done because his music is gonna eventually get to the point where it's just like it doesn't relate. See, it relates right now because we want it to relate. As soon as it doesn't relate, you're gonna be like, I don't really feel this shit. Oh, it's white privilege or some shit like that. Like, oh, he just got white privilege, and then his career's fucked. So that's my feeling towards the summer. I wish more music would have came out this summer that I could really truly give it. I think DJ Khaled's dropping at the end of this month. I really don't give a fuck about DJ Khaled music like that. I like his. But let's be real, all of DJ Khaled's albums are literally just features. It's literally all he does. He's a fucking feature guy. Like he doesn't. It's funny how motherfucker got 10, 11 albums, 12 albums, some shit like that. When you don't even be on your own records, it's crazy. I don't fucking understand that shit. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll talk to you guys soon. And please send me some music, Lord Jesus, send me some music. Peace.